So last week, Uber has reached out and effectively kicked every driver right in the nuts. Again. Yeah. Well, if you are an Uber driver, you probably noticed that all of your ride types have rolled now into UberX, at least in many markets across the country, where a lot of drivers used to have Uber Comfort Electric, UberX, Uber Priority, Uber Pet. They had all these drive types separate and they could select. And a lot of drivers would use these strategically to not have to filter out all the bullshit UberX rides. Because let's face it, UberX sucks. It's horrible. You can't make any money. Anybody taking 50 cent a mile UberX rides, just, hey, I don't know what to say. You're doing it wrong. Let me say that much. You're not doing it right, okay? You cannot make any money taking 50 cent a mile rides. So smart drivers would use these toggled options to not have to decline every ride that came through on UberX, and they could drive through and do things, pick up some surge bonuses, hopefully, and then maybe take an UberX ride when they had surge and can make it worth it. Well, Uber said, no, that's not good. Drivers are making money with this feature, so what can we do to take it away? And true to Uber form, they roll out the new update by saying this is going to be beneficial for drivers. So here's some industry lingo. Whenever Uber says this is beneficial for drivers, what they mean is this is not beneficial for drivers, just in case you're new to the game. That's what it means. So what Uber has now done is put everything, for the most part, just all into one toggle switch. So you have to take UberX rides, or at least you have to see how bad UberX rides are and then decline it, which of course will drop your acceptance rate for those drivers that still care about that. But if you care about your acceptance rate, you shouldn't, right? Because if you drive for acceptance rate, then your wallet will suffer. You can make 2 to 3 times as much money if you don't care about your acceptance rate. Case in point, I went out and drove last night for the first time in a long time driving Uber because they had surge bonuses. My acceptance rate is at 4%. I made $410 yesterday in 8 hours with a 4% acceptance rate, right? There is a direct inverse relationship between your acceptance rate and the amount of money you make. You can't make any money on Uber with a 50, 60, 70% acceptance rate. Let me paraphrase. You can't make any profit on Uber. You can make dollars and then you can dump it back into your car because that's how much it costs you per mile to take these rides. But anyway, Uber went out and kicked everybody in the nuts. Now you have to look at UberX rides. You can still cherry pick and you can still make money. As case in point, I did $400 yesterday, but you have to throw your acceptance rate out the window. You have to finally get to that point where you're willing to let the acceptance rate go. Just let it go, let it go, okay? So you let your acceptance rate go and you can still make money only when there's surges. And if you are a full-time Uber driver, here's my advice. Don't. You cannot make a living driving Uber, and it's only going to get worse. If you want to see how I was able to make $410 in spite of this kick in the nuts update from Uber, subscribe to the channel and I will show you you still can go and make decent money part-time with Uber, but you have to let your acceptance rate go and you can only drive when there's surge bonus. That means you cannot make this a full-time gig, right? You cannot make money when Uber is not surging. Bottom line, can't do it. And you shouldn't even try. You're just wasting your time and you're beating your car to hell for no reason.